Hi everyone, I'm going to show you now how to do your poetry cards. So I have a couple of examples of poetry cards from previous students. Let me start with a really good example actually. This is a really good example of what a poetry card looks like. It's got a poem on the front, the title, the author of the poem, the person who wrote it, and a pretty large picture. So make sure the picture is pretty big. At least a 5x7 picture is good, and not so detailed that kids won't be able to tell what it is if they're sitting in the back of the group. And then on the back of your card, you should also have the text printed. And it should be on a piece of cardboard. So this is a part of your course fees for this class. Since we don't have a textbook for this class, you're responsible for this as your course fee for the class. So buy this, and it should be contact paper. So this stuff should be attached with contact paper. If you don't know how to do contact papering, check a YouTube video. They will show you how to do it. I'm just going to show you the screen, if I can switch to screen with this. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I will show you in a second video kind of what the criteria are for this, but I'll walk through the criteria for you now on this video. So your poetry, let me show you a couple more actually. So here's another one, and notice the choice of font that the student used is, this student used Comic Sans, and kind of what you're looking for in an approved font is something that shows kids a type of writing that they will learn when they learn writing in school. So that pay attention to the letter A, so that the letter A, let's see, is there a letter A on here somewhere? Well, I can't do it backwards like that. A small a, lowercase a, should look like this lowercase a. And a lowercase g should look like this lowercase g. That's how they learn to do it in school. So make sure that you're not choosing like Times New Roman or something. See, they've got it on the back. They've got their corners nicely done with contact paper. Here's another one. This one's about a sunflower. These are all good examples. You don't need to write the poem yourself. You can take it from the internet, which is totally fine. And so you want to make sure that the poem has familiar content, interesting content for children, something that has to do with the real world. You want to make sure that the poem is relatively brief, so that they're short and they can be memorized by the kids. Make sure that language elements are included, so rhythm, rhyme, repetition, keep those kinds of things going. Look at mature types of syntax, and maybe you're going to even include new vocabulary for kids. The images should be concrete, simple, understandable for pre-operational kids. So please don't include, notice that in all of these, that's a real picture. That's a real picture. That's a real picture. So photography is encouraged because it depicts real life things. Artwork is okay too, but let's avoid too much cartoony type stuff. Let's introduce kids to real life looking things. Sometimes they can be funny, which is totally good. Let's see, you want your images to be realistic, make sure they're big, make sure your picture has something to do with the poem, so it should be a theme. You guys are making 5 of these. You're turning in all 5. Let's see if there's anything else from the criteria that I'm missing. Look through the criteria on Canvas. I won't show it to you now in the video because I can't figure out how to share my screen in this program that I'm using. But make sure your selection of poems don't have to do with fantasy or personifying animals. Make sure they're appropriate for young children. What else do you guys want to pay attention to? Make sure the author's name is on there. Oh, there are some font choices in there. Arial, Comic Sans, or Century Gothic. Make sure you've proofread it for typos. What else? I think that should do it. These are worth 50 points, so it is a big assignment. I want to make sure that you guys know what you're doing. Please look up how to do contact papering on the Google. That will help you to do smooth contact papering that doesn't have bubbles in it and that it is completely covered so that a kid can drill all over this all they want and it's not going to ruin it. That's the idea behind these. They should be stable, they should be sturdy. When you are an ECE teacher, you need to know how to do contact papering anyway, so this is going to be a good practice thing for you. With questions, just reach out, give me an email, let me know if there's anything you'd like me to clarify. I'd be happy to do it. Good luck. Have fun. It's a fun assignment.